My name's Garrett. I'm here at the Long Island International Film Expo, and I'm here with Brian Donahue, with the guy, the Brian Donahue story. So, can you tell me a little bit about this?
Sure, Garrett. Thank you first of all for having me. It's a pleasure and honor to be standing here with you right now. The guy basically is a documentary that was started 3 years ago, and as time went on, we pieced it together. It's archival footage. It's new clips. It basically takes you on a 30-year run of my career as an actor, a stuntman, and sportsman. I was an NFL football player. I was trained by Tony Niclario with the United States Olympic Committee in the shot put. I worked at Walt Disney World in Florida as the German mechanic in the Indiana Jones show. And I've been fortunate in this business to have played many characters and do my own stunts over the years, and just coming off a couple of majors with Glass with M. Night Shyamalan. I have one coming up with Adrian Brody called Clean, and I've got several TV shows coming on or airing in the next couple of months. The Deuce with James Franco and City on the Hill, bringing back my Boston roots. I'm squaring off with Kevin Bacon and Dean Winters, and so I've been very lucky, and my wife has been nothing but supportive throughout the years. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, as everyone does in life, but we keep persevering, and I think that's the main theme of the guy. And E.J. McClevey Fisher, the director, was absolutely fantastic, and I trusted him wholeheartedly, and I knew that he was going to take this material, which at some points can be very maybe overwhelming a little bit to the audience, or shocking, but we gave you a PG version. But, like I say, you have your ups and downs in life, and you just keep going, and I think that's the key. And, but the guy, I said, well, what is so interesting about me, about this? And, I was it was funny to me. It hit me strangely. And EJ said, trust me on this. He goes, there are a lot of facets in life that you've touched upon that people want to see. They'll relate to. He goes, you don't know it, but trust me on this, people are going to like it. And so far, people have responded very well. And, yeah.
And what was this process like for you, like going back and...
It's funny you ask, Garrett. At first, EJ said, could you meet me at a diner? And if you have any footage, or if you have anything that you could bring in, or so we had dusty old VHS tapes, which I had shows from Disney, I had WWF, I had this, and of course the researchers and Eric Ollie, the editor, and Joe. Come on in, Laurie. Come on in. This is my wife, Laurie. Is that okay if she comes in with it? She's much smarter than I am. Go ahead. Joe Vitrione, our director of photography. These guys just knew how to put everything together. So it was a strange feeling going back and going back through the years, and I get choked up sometimes. It's you're looking back and you're like, wow, I was there, I did this, I did that, or we did that together, and oh, by the way, today is our 33rd wedding anniversary. So that I just remembered that, thank God. But she's been with me through the thick and thin. The process was absolutely fantastic because EJ and Joe Vitrione and Eric Ollie and Veronica Balsa have been, that's EJ's wife, were nothing but professional. And I say at every film festival, I am Brian Donahue and I am E.J. McClevey Fisher's biggest fan, because he hit this thing out of the park. And I was like, when I first saw the first rough cut a couple of years ago, I was like, wow, that's fantastic. We're ready to air it. Are you ready to release it? He goes, oh no, dude, we got a lot to do. We got colorization, we got this, we got that, music, and the whole thing. And I was like, wow, I was good with it the way it was, But anyway, the process was easy because of the professionals involved.
That's awesome. And it sounds like you were initially hesitant, but what made you want to share your story with the rest of the world?
Well, EJ said, "Listen," he goes, I'm not gonna pull any punches with you, and I'm not gonna swing at you, and I'm not gonna hit you in the jaw. I'm gonna work with you, and we're gonna give people the truth, and we're gonna show them what it's really like for someone trying to make it, or having already made it, maybe, and not even knowing they made it." And he said, we're just gonna take it, and we're just gonna keep pushing and pushing, and we're gonna hash it out, and the tone may change. And like I said, there's a few sensitive areas in it, and but it feels good to get that out there too, because I've been, if I'm anything, my brother used to call me up in Boston, I'm a street kid with a little bit of polish. Okay, I'm a street fighter, and he said, tell the truth, be honest, let everyone know what the real deal is, because that's the only way you can go. I don't know. Yeah.
It's awesome.
We keep talking about Boston, but we do live in Minneola.
Sorry,
So
I'm from we are from
Island.
Long Island. Oh, that's where we are. Long Island International Film Festival. We love you. I'm from Boston originally, and then I came down here. Actually went to Texas to school, came up to Iona College in New Rochelle, New York, and trained with in football with Harold Crocker and Tony Niclario, like I mentioned before, in the shot put, the Olympic coach, and that's where Laurie and I met. And that was 34 years ago. Been married 33 years. She never let me leave Long Island again, and it is what it is, and it's been some ride.
That's awesome. And is this your first time here at the Long Island
It
International?
absolutely is, but not our last. This is absolutely fantastic. And the Stempel and the people that run the theater and Markowitz and everyone involved in this setup in this film festival has been absolutely point blank, right on, spot on. They are nailing this. I mean, I'm not saying it just because they're holding up $20 bills over there. But anyway.
Well, that's awesome. I know you mentioned some of the projects you're working on, but do you want to just reiterate those that what you got coming up over the horizon?
That's why Laurie's here.
Skin next week, the feature
The
movie.
feature film Skin. I'm in the opening section of the film. I play kind of a bad guy. I'm an Aryan. I'm basically a Vinlander, and pretty rough characters. But they played that one real. They wanted it rough, and that's how we did it. I have Clean with Adrian Brody. That should be coming out at the beginning of the year, I believe, this year coming up. I have City on the Hill with Kevin Bacon. That is going to be on July 21st at 9 p.m. on Showtime. And The Deuce is going to be on, I believe they're released in September, probably more like October. I'm in a couple of episodes of that. Episode, I believe, 4 and 5. And film festivals, we're on tour. We love this. We have never done anything like this. This can be as nerve-wracking as any major shoot. And just did a spot on The Hunt. It's a new Al Pacino TV series. You don't hear that too often. Al Pacino TV series, Amazon Prime, and it is about Nazi hunters in the late 1970s, and they're hunting down the bad guys, the guys that escaped from Germany. And pretty interesting. Castle Rock. Oh, I did Castle Rock a couple of weeks ago, and up in Boston, up in Massachusetts. That was fantastic. They were great up there. Stephen King's, based on Stephen King's, in Hulu. It's on Hulu, but Stephen King's, based on his writings. So we've done a few things. Yeah, we're nailing it. We're hitting it. We're going for it. We just take it as we go. I right now, you know what I do? I work at UPS. About how many years ago? 13 years ago, I got busted up doing a show up in Boston called Brotherhood, and my knee was completely torn out. So I needed some time to get back in the game, and it was going to take some time. And I ended up going over to UPS in Uniondale. That was 13 years ago. I'm still there. Every morning. Something to be said for camaraderie, something to be said for humbling yourself a little bit and going back to basics. And I did it at first. I'll be here a few months, maybe a year, till I got myself functioning physically again so I could do the action stuff. And I never left. The benefits are great. They've been nothing but accommodating and have absolutely been a pleasure to work for. And they are featured in this documentary. Yes, they are, Lori. And they were a life vest when I needed it, when I was floating in the ocean for a little bit. And so yeah, thanks UPS.
Brian, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Garrett.
I'm Garrett once again here at the Long Island Film Festival. Brian Donahue, the guy.
And Lori Donahue,
Lori
the gal.
The gal.
She's a gal.